executive assistant and I do a lot of calendar management, so I know exactly how stressful and overwhelming it can be when you have so many meeting requests coming in and you're just trying to fit them in the calendar. Like, it can be super overwhelming, right? Well, things that I do to make it easier when I'm trying to schedule, and I mean, I'm honestly like playing Tetris with my boss's calendar, trying to find open spots, where can I move things? So again, these are some of my tips for how I do that. First of all, you want to make sure that if you're new in a role, that you talk to your boss about which meetings take priority. What meetings are important? What meetings should I have on my radar? Ones that, if they're on the calendar, they don't get moved. You work around them. That way, when you're looking over the calendar, you have an idea of which meetings are priority and which ones aren't as important and that can be moved. Update meetings typically are low priority. They can be moved at any time. If you have, a corporate staff meeting, that is going to take priority over a one-on-one. Once you learn more about your boss, you are able to look at the calendar and know when things are going to be happening throughout the year. Typically, the same thing happens every year. The same type of meetings. You can kind of mirror the past year. So if you're new to a role, you can just go and look back at the past calendar. I always put time aside for working at his desk, drive time, things that I know take priority. Or if I know a meeting request is going to be coming, I make sure to put a hold on the calendar to hold that spot. If I know that he has a big project coming up, I'll make sure I have big chunks of desk time on the calendar versus just 1 or 2 hours throughout the day. Another thing that I do is I always make sure I communicate with my executive to make sure I know what his priorities are. I've always found that it's good to communicate and have regular updates and ask questions to make it really easy looking at the calendar to see what is a priority and what really isn't. I always make sure I color code meetings. So like update meetings are a certain color, corporate staff meetings, budget meetings, finance, department meetings, desk time, drive time. I make it very easy for him. He doesn't even need to open up the invite. He knows what it is based on the color. It saves me a lot of time and it just makes my job more efficient, and I can prioritize those meetings a lot easier just by looking at what color they are on the calendar. If you have specific questions about calendar management, you can either drop them in the comments or you can book a one-on-one